Hey everybody, I'm Howard, and this is Otto's Retirement Corner. So Harris versus Trump. Who's going to win? Who do I think will win? Well, I have some expertise in a lot of topics. I understand some politics. I read a lot. I watch a lot. I hear a lot. My opinion is no better than anyone else's, though. But I just want to discuss some issues around what will decide this election and what could probably happen. My next video, I'll probably do a review of who won and what that might mean for retirees. So let me just say this. From what I read, the biggest issue with voters, like almost every election, is the economy. And based upon the fact that most people are highly affected by inflation, they're disgruntled with the current party, Biden/Harris, whether or not it's their fault for the inflation or whether or not these people who are hurt by inflation know the causes of inflation. So right or wrong, I think the economy once again will drive this election to a great extent. So just based upon that, if that's the way people come out and vote, especially independents and people who don't normally vote, I think Trump will win. That's just my sense. Now, let me give you some interesting quick statistics. There's almost 187 million registered voters in the U.S., although that's just 80% of the people who are eligible to vote. So that other 20% doesn't even bother registering. There's 47% of those have declared a party. So more than half the people who are registered to vote are in essence independent, not necessarily undecided, but independent. I'm an independent. I don't like to declare a party because I don't believe in either party's total platform. Some things I like from the Republican side, some things I like from the Democratic side. I don't want to go vote in a primary just on one party. That's me. So here's the most interesting factor. Out of those who are registered, there's 36 million registered Republicans and there's 45 million registered Democrats. So the typical train of thought is the more people who can get energized to go and vote, the more likely the Democrat will win. And I think we saw that play out to an extent in the last election, where there were 155 million votes in 2020, and the Democrat won. In the prior election, 2016, there were 129 million votes. So there's a difference of 26 million votes from one election year to the next. Excuse me. So at this point, there's been a really good voter turnout early voting. Now, I nor the experts have any way of knowing whether that'll carry through today, election day. Will we have 150 million votes? Will we have 120 million votes? And that's the big question. But, and I've talked before about, okay, who's going to decide this election? It'll not be driven, in my opinion, by the undecideds deciding. It will be driven by the number of people who go out and vote. So even though I think Trump has an edge right now because of the way people view the economy and inflation, that can be overcome if there's a large turnout. Whether you like it or not, Trump made some really big mistakes recently. He's pissed off a lot of female voters. Women voters are polling very highly towards Harris now. If they get energized and if the Democratic Party can get more women to vote, more likely Harris will win. The other misstep, and whether Trump knew about this beforehand or whether he cared or supported it, the Madison Square Garden rally where the comedian came in and insulted Puerto Ricans hurts Trump. To what extent? I don't know. I play softball with a lot of Puerto Ricans. I did not broach this topic because I didn't want to have those kind of discussions where I generally go and have fun. There's about 100 players there, maybe 30 of them are Puerto Rican, so we have a large contingent of Puerto Ricans. Nobody really talked about it. I didn't hear it mentioned. Very few people bring up politics. The group in general, from what I gather over here in conversations, is rather conservative. It's probably 80% Republicans in that group. So I don't know. So how much did Trump stub his toe over the last few weeks, insulting, too many of the wrong people? That's another issue. So keep your eye on the number of people who vote. And my guess is if you see like 145, 150 million, Harris might overcome the economic issues. But other than that, I think Trump will probably win. And I could be completely wrong about all that. Just my general thoughts from what I see and hear and read. Tell me what you think. By the time I get this up on YouTube today, it'll probably be late in the day. Voting will be almost over in the East. Still several hours to go in the West. Hopefully by this time tomorrow, we know the results. And then once we figure that out, I'll try to figure out what's good and bad about that for those of us who are retired or near retirement. So let me know your thoughts on it. If you want to say who you voted for, fine. If you want to say why, fine. If you want to say what you think is going to happen, what we'll know by tomorrow, go ahead. Your opinion is just as valid as mine, and that's what we're here for, just to discuss things and talk about issues. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you really soon. Thanks. Bye.